Hello, it's Blazikenkj, and today I'm going to be Megaman X3 and 4. Okay, let's start with X3. So, X3 wasn't developed by Capcom themselves, it was outsourced to Megaman Engineering. Probably because didn't work on the 32-bit hardware for the new 32-bit consoles. So they probably outsourced it for X3. Okay, let's get on with the story. So, it's like a bit after X2. The map kind of is like X is investigating a case. And then this motherfucker like Matt comes and just takes X away. Zero comes in, beats him. And then there was no 8 Mavericks that have appeared, and now we have beaten. Oh yeah, we need to talk about some things beforehand. So, pretty much, spiritual science told Dr. Doppler create like a cure, but it was actually a placebo. So tons of new Mavericks are popping up. So, X and Zero have to stop them. But it turns out it was Sigma behind it all the time. Of course. Fucking course. Okay, so the game. So the base gameplay is like X2, but you might think, oh, you can dash from the start like how you could dash at the beginning of X2. No. Yeah, you can. But, so you have to re-unlock the air dash for the leg parts of the armor. Oh yeah, let me mention it. So the parts of the armor, the leg parts, I dash horizontally but also vertically. The arm parts charge your buster up to a third level, like the double arm shot from X2, but you do a wide shot if you spam them repeatedly. Then, the body parts, which reduce damage and also give you a giga attack like X. Also give you a shield when you get hit. And then the arm parts, they give you a map of the stage when you start the level. You can't pull it back up. Yes. They also got your 8 hard tanks and 4 sub tanks like X1 and X2. So, but then, you also got these enhancement capsules to give you increase to 1 of each for the parts of the armor. But you can only collect with 1 of the pink capsules, period. So I usually wait later in the game to get the golden armor, which has all 4 of the enhancement chip power-ups, which are increasing defense from your shield for the body parts, being able to fire, like, fire and charge ups like it's a normal special weapon, leg parts which give you a double air dash, like you can air dash twice. The head parts give you healing while standing still. Okay, now about the bosses. The bosses are honestly very crappy if you don't have the body parts, because they deal so much damage to you. Like literally doing a lot of HP. So the early game is very hard. So that's not good. And also got like multiple endings and what you do. Like you can't revisit like files in the game. You can revisit him. You can find him in the cast stage, or if you're in the 8 stage, you unlock Zero Z Saber. So the routing isn't very good if you're going to weakness ones. So maybe going to leave backtracking order. Yeah. And also you can go right on stage, but you can only use them with the camera you get in the blast opponent stage. So that's not very good. I'd have had they allowed you to use them if you got 1, but yeah. So that's really it for X3. I think it's probably the worst X game so far, but not the worst overall. It's sort of alright. Okay, now on to X4. Okay, so X4, released on the PS1 and Sega Saturn in 1997. The first X game on the new 32-bit hardware. So, let's just get on with the story. So, X4's true story. X is campaign and 0 is campaign. I'm discussing both, but... So I'm gonna start with 0's opening cutscene. Because it cuts as a weak turn to destroy him. He is my nemesis. But 0 wakes up. He is told that this guy is being attacked. Which is like a fuck shit. Who thought that was a good idea? So, X or 0, fine. Magma Dragoon and Double. So, they're both Magma. Then the Sky Lagoon crashes and they have to be up. And then X or 0 beats up a giant dragon. In the next story, you come across Caroline. In the Zero story, you come across Iris. So the Raptor Force, who's led by Colonel, declares independence from humanity. Now kind of label them as Mavericks. X orders the map to be out 7 Raptor Force members and Magma Dragoon. Then, when they make it on the weapon for the first time, they come across either Iris or Double. They have to beat them up. Zero becomes a meme. Then they progress through the final weapon, and Sigma's back, and he was behind all along. So they defeat him. The end. Okay, now we're done with the story. Let's do the gameplay. So the gameplay is like your average X game, but here's the difference. Charging on the ground, like dashing on the ground, has more frames to it, so you got more start and end lag to it. So it's a lot faster to dash jump. Now onto the armor. So the armor parts of the fourth armor, you got foot parts allow you to hover and air dash. The body parts, which reduce damage like always, give you the Nightmare Strike, which zooms you ahead. And then you got the head parts, which are really OP, which is infinite ammo for special weapons, as long as you're not charging them. And the arm parts. There's 2 arm parts you can choose from. If having being able to store 4 charges at a time, or the plasma shot, which is what I always go for, but both can charge special weapons. Okay, now the items. So you got your 8 hard tanks like usual, but you also got 2 sub tanks, and then 2 new types of tanks: the weapon tank and the EX tank. The weapon tank stores weapon energy, and the EX tank raises your default life count from 2 to 4. Which I don't think were necessary, to be honest. But the music's pretty poggers. Considering this was their first time on the PlayStation. If you don't count Megaman, which came out like a few months beforehand. Now the cutscenes. There are animated cutscenes in this game. And you probably see memes out there of Zero, so what am I fighting for? Like, just making fun of the English dub. The Japanese voicing is alright, but the English stuff is just straight up funny. Like, just straight up funny. Like, I can't express it. Just look up the X4 cutscenes in English. Come on. But also, we gotta talk about Zero, because he's actually in this game fully. In X3, you can play as him partially, so I didn't mention him. But in X4, he's fully playable. He has a 3-hit saber combo. Instead of getting special weapons, he gets techniques from the bosses, which have button combos. So, like stuff like spinning splash, double jumps, and uppercut attack, etc. Besides that, there's not really much different between playing this character. Besides, there are no light capsules for Zero. Which makes sense. So anyway, what do I have left to do? Nothing really, actually. Overall, I think it's alright. It's actually my second favourite X game behind X8, so it's alright. It's Blazikenkj, and I'll see you guys next time.